Hello students, welcome to the Oliveboard platform, and I am here to discuss in this video with you about the complete procedure of the form filling. The SSC CGL 2026 forms are out, application process is started. By now, some of you might have already filled it. Some of you might be very confused as to how should I go about it. There are new things which have been added. So go through this short video to understand the complete details of what all you need to be careful about, what are the do's and don'ts, what things should you be ready with beforehand while you are filling the form, and make sure it is a foolproof entry so that your form does not get rejected. Let's start right away and make sure you watch it till the end to understand the complete guide of how to fill the form efficiently. Now, the first thing is there is a major change. Up until now, even till last year, the forms partially were also accepted on the SSC website, the old SSC website, ssc.nic.in, which is now non-functional. It has completely been disabled, and all the previous OTRs also, because last year the OTR was made available as a part-time thing. So even if you have done it in the past, even if you have not done it anytime, OTR is compulsory on the new website now. So this one is obsolete, completely eradicated, and this is where ssc.gov.in, the new website, where one-time registration is compulsory for all the students, no matter whether you have done it earlier or not. So this is definitely the first thing which needs to be taken care of. Make sure you are doing that carefully. And there are, what are the major changes which have happened? So up until now, even till last year, partially this was allowed, but before that, it was mostly a manual processing. Okay, you used to enter each and every detail, then you used to enter your photographs, your previously clicked passport size photos in a particular size range, your signatures, everything used to be manually verified. And then your form used to be processed, and maybe most of it used to be accepted, some of them used to be rejected with reasons, and that's how things used to go on, which used to be very time consuming. The authentication was also very time consuming. Now everything is linked to your Aadhaar, right? So everything is your integrated Aadhaar based biometric authentication will be done at the very beginning when you are filling the form, and this is still an opt-in option, but I would suggest please opt for it, because this creates a barrier between you and the form rejection. That means your form will be prevented from getting rejected unnecessarily because of some trivial image issue or a signature issue if you are authenticated by the Aadhaar based system, because then this creates like a safety net that okay, even if the image was blurred, but still the person is registered with Aadhaar, so we can fetch the image from there. And this will also eliminate the reason of eliminate the carrying of the physical photo ID altogether while you are sitting in the examination hall, and the complete process, the verification process, the repeated verifications also get eliminated. So this is actually a very beneficial thing for you. So this is the new thing which has happened now. This is compulsory almost now for everybody. And photo uploads also, as I told you, gallery based photos, they are no more accepted now. It's a mandatory live photo capture which you need to do either with the help of a webcam or on the My SSC application. This was introduced last year only, but it was partially available for somebody. I mean, it could have been taken as a choice and as an opt-in, but now it's a compulsion. Okay, for everybody, live photo is mandatory. Now, so two parts in which you'll be understanding the whole form filling system. Part A will be your baseline information for the one-time registration portal, your name and other details, some important details which will be there. You'll be registered one time, and then you will be filling the actual CGL form. So this is common for all SSC exams going forward. This has been filled one time. You will get your credentials from here. Then you simply log into your credentials and select the respective exam and fill the form here. So this is done one time, part A. Part B will keep on changing for various exams. So here, target the exact postings via exam application form. This is for your SSC CGL this time, right? So this is what you'll be filling. And what will happen is their data will be auto-populated. So whatever you have filled here, and once it has been registered and locked, whenever the form will open up here, whatever fields are common from here, they will be auto-populated. So make sure you verify that data very clearly. Okay. So this is how the one-time registration flow will look like. So you will open the portal ssc.gov.in. You will log in or register there, right? Then your personal details will be entered, your Aadhaar ID, your name, parents' names, your date of birth. Remember, these crucial data will make you enter it twice now. Earlier, they used to make it enter only once, but a lot of times while we are entering, we end up making a typo. We don't read that, and it creates a problem later on when the names don't match with our matriculation certificates. So they will ask you to enter it twice, so that if at all at an instance there is a mismatch because of typo, they will immediately raise a request, and then you can actually rectify it right there and then. So this is one edit here. Then your matriculation data, so 10th board result, I mean your 10th board exact roll number, you need to know that. So look at your mark sheets and all, you will be getting it there. And your year of passing, that needs to be mentioned here as a verification section. They will check it later on. Then your communication validation, your mobile numbers, your email IDs, everything will be validated via dual OTPs here. And your security and finalization. So password will be created and your category will be selected. And make sure you're selecting the category accurately at this stage. At this stage, you need to be very sure of what category you belong to, so that accordingly your certificates etc. can be processed. Anytime if you select a category here, thereafter there is no option to change it. And if at all you select a category here whose certificate you will not be able to produce at the DV stage, that is when you will get rejected. So currently they might not pay attention to this. You'll be able to give the whole exam etc. You'll reach the final DV stage, and that is where if there is a mismatch, is instantly rejected. There is no trial whatsoever. So make sure you're very careful about this. Your permanent address declaration etc. everything will be done here, and this data will get locked as a one-time registration, OTI, right? Now we'll move on to, so this is what I have been telling you already, the Aadhaar safety net. When you opt in for the Aadhaar, what exactly happens is your rejections, common rejections for trivial photo and signature issues. Okay, so the photo got blurred, it was not of the right size, or something had happened, maybe you were wearing spectacles, whatever, I mean, so it can get rejected, and now there are instant rejections for this. But if you are verified with the Aadhaar, this will prevent it altogether. It will deflect from the rejection. It will still allow to process the form, because they know that we can verify this the person, we can authenticate the person using their Aadhaar data, right? So the biometrics are there, so that will prevent any issue, any mishappening here. And extra separate verifications, they are all bypassed. I have already spoken about this to you, and this eliminates the need for the photo IDs, physical photo IDs during your exam hall. Now there is one exception you need to understand, that for a lot of physically disabled people, facial recognition, the live photo capture feature might not be very helpful. So for them, there is an alternate option of Aadhaar OTP based verification, which is not there for the others. Be careful about that. So that can also be utilized. This is for the live photo feature. Okay. Yes. Now we will move on to the part B section. So part B section, okay, wait, it just got freezed here. So in part B section now, what is going to happen is the auto population lock. So whatever data you have entered will be locked here. Okay. So as I told you, it will be populated automatically. Whatever trivial data has been entered already, your name, date of birth, etc., etc., that will still be there. So they will migrate directly. You need to verify whether everything is correct or not. Okay. Then your regional hub selection will happen. So you will select which region are you opting for. So you'll select 3 cities, exam cities, center cities in the preference order. So first being the most preferred and third being the least preferred out of them. Make sure they all belong to the same region. They can't randomly be like one in the north, one in the south, etc. They have to all belong to the same region of SSC, the 3 cities. So make sure you are doing that accurately. And post targeting. So this is specifically to a few posts, not all of them. For the others, that will happen after you have qualified it. Okay. After you have cleared the exam is when you will be filling this form again for your post preferences. But right now, at this stage, they will ask you for the eligibility of specialized posts. Specialized post means post of Junior Statistical Officer, JSO, Statistical Investigator Grade 2 and Assistant Audit or Accounts Officer, AAO. For these, there are separate educational requirements. So they will ask you whether you're meeting these requirements and you're even applying for this or not. Okay. So this is what also will be, you will have to fill it here. So this is your part B section majorly, right? Now, if I look at the live photo capture, what are the do's and don'ts here, or what are the acceptances and rejections here? So for the live photo capture, your camera level has to be precisely at the eye level. So if you have to be sitting somewhere and your camera level, so the camera should be right at your eye level. It should not be here. It should not be here. And some people, what they do is they will take the photo, like they will take, like you're clicking on the phone. So you're sitting like this and you're holding the phone like this. So your face is visible in the box, but it is coming on a different angle. Or your webcam is on the screen like this and you're sitting like this. So the camera is coming like this. No, it has to be on the eye level. Make sure you do that. And your head is completely inside the delineated frame. So there is a frame given here. Your head has to be completely in that. It is not mandatory. I mean, it is not important for you to be visible in the screen. It is important for you to be completely visible inside the frame. There is a second frame inside the screen. That is where you should be completely visible. Because maybe you are visible in the screen like here, but that is not in the frame, so that will not be clicked. So make sure you are valid, you are knowledgeable about this. Okay. And solid white or lightly colored plain background is important. Your background should also not be very loud. That has chances of rejection sometimes. So make sure it's a simple white plain wall. There is no such wallpaper or anything at the back. Plain wall, plain simple. That is how you will get your photos clicked. Live photos while you're filling the forms. Okay. Now, of course, what are the don'ts here? No caps or hats are allowed. Okay. And no masks are allowed. And no spectacles. Even if they are prescription glasses, you need to take them off. So even if you're a person for who visibility without a glass is difficult, despite that, for the photograph, you'll have to remove the glasses and then take the photograph. Make sure you adhere to this very strictly. And if you don't have a PC webcam, as I've already told you, you can use the official My SSC mobile application for a valid live photo capture. So that will use your mobile's integrated front camera. Okay. What about the signature upload? So signature has to be in the JPG format. And this is the file size. The target file size is 10 KB to 20 KB. You can use any image resizer online to do that. You can click the image, a clear image of your legible signature, full signature, and make sure it is centered in the correct format. And then you can target your file size to 10 to 20 KB from any image resizer online, or you can use the MS Paint also. You have to use the resize facility. The size will be both in pixels and in height dimensions. So accordingly, you can figure out your size. And the dimensions need to be this, your width and height in centimeters. You can do that in pixels or centimeters as per your choice. So you need to set this accordingly. This can be done on an online image resizer also free of cost, or you can use the MS Paint very easily. You can get this. This is how it should look like. It should be a clear, legible signature somewhere in the middle of your page, clean. It should not be very micro or miniature signature. It should not be half cut somewhere, and it should not be blurry. Okay, sometimes the quality is drastically reduced when you try to do this. So make sure your quality is also not reduced in compression. So this is how it should come out to be, right? So you'll upload it. But anyways, there is a security safety net for us. If you have been linked with the Aadhaar OTP, the Aadhaar authentication system, even if by any chance your signature is not up to the mark, your form will still not be instantly rejected. Now, these are some common important do's and don'ts, in fact. So the correction and penalty protocol. So ensure that your name, parent's name and DOB, they strictly match the matriculation records. Your class 10 certificate, whatever name, spellings it holds. Sometimes, people tend to change spellings. Especially their parents' name, they end up changing the spellings. And it has happened with me. That is why I'm telling you. Okay. So just a simple minute change. My father used to write, in his name, he used to write E. But then gradually I started writing an A because I saw him write A somewhere. Now, what was his rule? I did not know. Why E sometimes and why A? But in his official documents, it was E. I wrote it E in the matriculation certificate. Everywhere else, I started writing A. Then that mismatch created a problem. So that is why I'm telling you, it's very common for students to misunderstand or misrepresent their spellings of their fathers and mothers' names. Just one letter here and there. So make sure it matches exactly what you had entered in your 10th matriculation records. Single character mismatch equals DV stage disqualification. Not now, but at the stage of DV, you will be disqualified. And apply well in advance. See, don't wait for the last minute rush because there will be server issues. We all know that it happens every year. So make sure you apply well in advance so that even there's a discrepancy, you can get in touch with somebody, rectify that when the correction window opens and everything will be clear for you. Right? So make sure you do that well before the deadline. Don't wait for the last moment because there can often be payment transaction failures, etc. for those who will have to pay the fees, and it can create a lot of ruckus last moment. Please do not attempt to alter your category later. As I've already told you, there is no such provision that you may select, okay, I think, let me select OBC creamy layer at this stage. Later on, I'll check whether I'll come in the NCL or not, and then I'll select it accordingly. Or I'm not sure, let me select general at this stage. I'll have to clarify it with somebody from my family, and then I'll change it accordingly. You cannot do that strictly. Okay, so make sure, and you will have to have the whatever category you select now, its certificate needs to be there. Of course, I'm not talking about UR category, but apart from that, any category which you select, its valid certification needs to be there, which needs to be produced at the time of DV. If you fail to do that, again, rejected. Case will be rejected. Okay, and don't rely on offline requests. So sometimes, earlier it used to happen actually. People used to have a mismatch in the form, and even when the correction window used to open, they used to fail to rectify it, and then somewhere down the line somebody used to point it out, oh, you forgot to do this, and oh shit, now what do I do? Okay, let me contact the SSC regional office. I will walk into the office, I'll take my documents, I'll request, I'll write an application, I'll forward an email, I'll call them continuously. Nothing is going to work out. They're not going to entertain it strictly. There are lakhs of students who are going to apply, and if they start entertaining people, it will become very, very problematic for them. So make sure this is your responsibility. If your form filling has to be accurate, it has to be at your end, right? So make sure you are accurately doing that. And any correction whatsoever is only allowed in the online window, correction window, which will open up for you. After that, it is sealed and offline is never available. So don't try to walk into the office to ask somebody. You need to get in touch with some expert who will help you out. You can get in touch with us if you want to, right? And we'll be more than happy to guide you about what exactly will be happening. So that's precisely things which you need to know about when you are filling the form, right? And before I explain this to you, this I have already told actually, this is just a final thing. Before that, a quick reminder to all of you that the sectional timer, much before the sectional timer was announced, Oliveboard has already enabled that on its platform for a very long time now. So you can click on this SSC section, go on the test section here. Okay, SSC CGL Tier 1 and all the mock tests which are here, they are all available in the form of your sectional timers. Okay, now Tier 1, Mock 1, Mock 2, Mock 3, they are all enabled here right away. Even the live mock which was conducted over the weekend, this time was also based on the sectional timer. So make sure you are utilizing this for your full benefits. And this is exactly just in a conclusion for whatever we have done right now. Zero rejection status. See, because now they have made it very sensitive to avoid impersonifications. There are people, I know you all know what is happening in the examinations these days. So they just don't want these issues to creep up. Recently, I read a news where in an online platform, on an online examination platform, live examination, students could give remote access to somebody else who was sitting outside. This was caught much later. The NEET debacle, we all know what has happened. I don't want to comment on all those things, but to avoid these things, these steps have been introduced in between. So make sure if you are a genuine candidate, you will be, clearly authenticating yourself with all these things so that your rejection is completely, that possibility of rejection is completely removed. Okay. So your Aadhaar biometric shield, it will safeguard your forms from trivial rejections. Make sure you activate that. Your 10th grade exact data match, make sure every line of the spelling, every letter, everything matches with the data which is mentioned there, and your flawless live photo compliance. So everything should be as per the recommendations. If all these things are carefully meticulated, you will definitely be, your form will definitely be accepted and you will be clearly moving ahead towards your smooth preparation for the upcoming examination. Thank you so much for watching it till here, guys. Hit the subscribe button right away if you are new on the Oliveboard platform, and like this video and share it across platforms if somebody is looking around for a guide to what are the do's and don'ts to keep in mind while you're filling the form. Thank you so much for watching live, guys. I'll see you around in the next session. Till then, you guys take care. Bye bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.